Is the FIFA World Cup too expensive? Since maybe last year when Scotland qualified, so many Scotland fans, as well as world football fans, have tried to get tickets for this World Cup until they got to the checkout. At the checkout, they saw £2,000 added in tax from FIFA, and 15% goes to FIFA and 15% goes to the US government. I said I was going to do this video all day, but my video corrupted, so thank you, camera. That was great. But in all seriousness, is this World Cup pricing the normal football fans who have been seeing, let's say, guys who have been seeing Scotland for 20 odd years, maybe not being able to afford this because there's 40 grand for a ticket against Haiti, who probably wouldn't have any fans in the stadium? It's crazy. Come on. But we'll discuss this in this video. If you do enjoy content like this, remember, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's get. So in this video, as I've said, we'll be discussing ticket prices because it's absolutely unbelievable. So let's jump right in it. So the other day, me and my friend waited 9 hours in a queue, and we got to the final bit and it said £200, £190, which is about $300 USD, and we're like, that's fine. We'll go, have a laugh, and it'll be probably one of the best experiences of our life. Going to the Morocco game it was actually, and we looked at the Haiti and Brazil game. Add it in the basket. It still says about £400, which is fine, and then it adds £4,000 in tax because of it's being a resale ticket. That is embarrassing. And even the day before, when I was looking at other games, which I don't mind doing, but I wouldn't spend all my money to go and see Colombia or whatever, because it just is crazy to think about how Colombia v, I don't even know anymore. Colombia playing, and they're paying 30 grand in stupid money. It's like, I don't think any Moroccans are going to pay that price, which is just to say FIFA have been called out with like money grabbers before. And I understand, because I do business, that every business tries to earn a profit, but this is not earning a profit. This is like taking out the lower class who've attended all the matches all their life, and it is their livelihood. There'll be some Scotland fans, there'll be some Moroccan fans that this is their livelihood, and because this tournament has been held in America, and no matter what you think, America is an expensive country, so, and I get why they've put this World Cup in America, but they had the chance in 1994 to grow the sport in America, but it never worked. But now they're putting it, and it might work, but you're priced at a lot of fans in the long run. Mind you, in the Saudi Arabia World Cup, it probably will be a lot cheaper for match tickets, but it's just more expensive. It's just more expensive to get to. And I think a lot of people have concerns over the human rights laws over there, but I don't know, because I don't look into it. But in America it's different. It's about the money, and I think a lot of people, as I said, they'll not be able to afford it. And I get people have the argument that if you can't afford it, don't go, but a lot of people would be willing to sell their house. Literally a guy in England, which I'll put up on screen right now, sold his house so he could get to this World Cup, because that's how expensive it is. But this video is not just about ticket prices, so guys, I'm not just talking about actually the ticket prices. I'm not going on a 15-minute rant or whatever, but what we will be doing is talking about maybe how to get there. If you have bought a ticket, you've paid that money, you want to get over to America. So if you're anywhere in the UK, I would personally recommend leaving from Dublin, because it seems to be the cheapest. There's tickets going for flights from Dublin to Boston. And if you're a this is predominantly for Scotland fans. If they're, I know I've said Dublin if you're going to Boston, but if you're going to anywhere in America, Dublin is probably Dublin or Manchester or even Heathrow is the cheapest places to be leaving from. But predominantly for Scotland fans, what you would do is you get a flight from Glasgow or Edinburgh, you go to Dublin, then you get a Dublin to Boston flight, which is a direct flight from Dublin, and it takes about 7 hours. And then on the way home, you would get a flight from Miami International to Detroit, to then Detroit to Dublin, and then Glasgow to then Dublin to Glasgow, which this would cost about £500. That's your first option if you're staying the whole trip. If you're staying for the Haiti, Morocco and Brazil game, but if you're only staying for one of the games, or one of the whatever it is, you would be getting still the same kind of flight path as Glasgow or Edinburgh to Dublin to but then this is where it changes to JFK to Boston, because most likely people will be doing Boston flights. Miami's quite actually easy to get to. Of all of them, it is the easiest to get to. Out of Boston and Miami, it's definitely the easiest to get to and probably the cheaper option. And on the way back, your return flights are quite simple. Obviously, I'm not a travel agency, so I can only tell you so much. But as I said in a lot of previous videos, I'll be happy to help anybody. Trains in America are fairly cheap if you were to book just now, but if you book really close to the time, they go spike, because that's what they do in America. But it's just what they do. So this World Cup will obviously be one of them that it'll be hard to get to from people who live in Europe. But I thought I would do Dublin. Will be good to fly from Manchester. And when you get over there, hotels. When I go on holiday, I just get a shitey, cheap hotel. Right, that's what you do if you go over there, because, well, why not? You know what I mean? Why not? Because it will be cheap and cheerful, and it will help you cut costs a wee bit so you can enjoy your whole experience. And yeah, obviously, this whole video, point in this video was to talk about World Cup ticket prices. What do you think about them? Do you think FIFA have went over the top? Do you think it's not FIFA's fault? Do you think it's governments? Do you think it's just people who organise this should have thought about the fans first? Do you think there should be a petition to maybe stop the games? But then, coming from a Scotland fan, doesn't matter anything political here, but I think we've waited so long to get here, so I think a lot of fans wouldn't care in the world how much they pay, but I just think it's a bit of a rip-off in most cases. But let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day. Remember to subscribe to my socials and watch my shorts and all that jazz.